Did you see our boys Da Vinci and Ice are kind of realigning a little bit? Did you see this stuff?
I did see this. There was even a press release on Yahoo up here.
Yeah, so Da Vinci, who's been like all over the map lately, dude. Like they were on their own, then they were with Green Lane, and they left Green Lane, and now they're realigning with Ice under this company called what's the name of this company? It's Synergy. Synergy, but you and I recognize the names in there as far as like Court and Chantel, so we know this is legit. Those people are, if they're still running the show, then that's good for the products. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what's newsworthy about this. Previously, Da Vinci had had become part of Green Lane or whatever that company is now, and the faces that we all knew and loved that were the people behind all the innovation and work at Da Vinci weren't there representing the company anymore. It became like a different sort of a brand, and that flew south. And now Da Vinci is going back to its original founders. It'll be under the control of Court and Chantel and this whole Synergy mothership. That's exciting for Da Vinci. Da Vinci is one of my favorite conduction vapes. It's probably my favorite conduction vape, period. It's the nicest one in my opinion. And I've always loved Da Vinci as a company. When Jerry and I visited there, they had an amazing culture. It reminded me of my time at the .com, where the company cared about the people, like it really felt like a good company to be a part of. So I'm happy that they're going back in that direction.
I feel the same way, bro. Anything that keeps Da Vinci going strong in the industry is good for me. I mean, I just like you said, man, echo. Love all those guys. Love what they're up to.
Since Da Vinci was part of this Green Lane, maybe more of these companies that got gobbled up by Green Lane will break free now, like Vape Life Forum and the puffitup.com.
Dude, that'd be great. I'd love to see that happen, man. Bring that shit back.
It'd be something.
Right? Far out. All right, well, cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In other news, since cannabis use is at an all-time high, we talked about this a few weeks ago, and now there's another new study, this time by the National Institute on Drug Abuse. They're putting out some numbers that are saying that, what was it say here? Among adults 19 to 30 years old, approximately 42 reported cannabis use in the past year, and 29 in the past month, and 10% daily. And I think it's important that they qualify daily as, I think 19 times per month or 20 times per month. So it doesn't have to be daily to be qualified as daily for them.
The fuck is that all about? Daily's the easiest thing to get right, bro.
I know, it's the only fucking one with a semantic definition. Oh, let's change the definition of this one.
Let's fuck up daily, guys, so that nobody knows what it means.
They also had some information on vaping in there, Jerry. It said that cannabis vaping in the past year and the past month was reported by 22% and 14% of adults 19 to 30. That's going up. Yeah, it's increased from 5 years ago. And on a similar note, compared to alcohol, past years alcohol use 19 to 30 showed a slight upward trend, but that's like 84%. So we're at like 84% for alcohol use versus like the 42% for cannabis use, according to this one.
Right, and that's just people who are willing to admit it. So there's always, in my opinion, it's always more than that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. People, even in surveys, they'll fuck that shit up. But that makes sense, man. We've heard about this a lot, man. Especially when you talk about microdosing and the psychedelics, as far as what they can do for PTSD and alcoholism and all kinds of addictions. Yeah,
for sure.
This is how long, Troy, until you think like the stigma is gone from marijuana and psychedelics, where we can just talk about them without somebody going, oh,
I think we're looking at another decade still.
Okay.
So yeah, hallucinogenic in the past year continued a 5-year steep incline for both adult groups, reaching 9% for adults 19 to 30 and 4% for adults 35 to 50. So 9%. All right. Includes LSD, mescaline, peyote, shrooms, psilocybin, PCP. Fascinating.
They should include like ayahuasca and all that in there, and the numbers would go up. You know what I mean? Like all that jungle medicine's good shit.
In California, we got ads but two little bills passed that are going to make cannabis life better in California. One of them is gonna allow is changing it so people can sell food and other things in a place where consumption is legal, which paves the way for us to have cannabis lounges everywhere. And the other one makes it so the farmers can sell their crop directly to consumers. So we'll have cannabis farmers markets that are legalized. We have them now, but they're kind of like under the radar, and you got to like do all the crazy shit now. But these two things are moving. There's legislation that's changing and progressing here in California that are going to pave the way for cannabis lounges. So we're well on our way, Jerry.
Dude, you guys just keep leading the way, man. Remember we were talking to our buddy from Germany recently, and we were asking about the lounges or the clubs that they have there, and how they have clubs where you can get cannabis and bring cannabis and all that, but you cannot exchange cannabis. And I thought, damn, what a bummer. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's going to come with this great herb and you can't get any. You guys are leading the way here with this, farmers market thing that they can actually sell directly to consumers. That's fucking cool. I love that. I would love to buy from the source with weed, Right.
I mean, it's still going to rely on smaller jurisdictional laws. Like San Francisco already has those laws into place where people, like the cannabis people, can gather and sell on a property or an event. So there has to be a local legislature in place as well for the farmers markets to exist. And Newsom still has to sign it. He could just ignore it or deny it or whatever. So we'll see how that goes.
He pulls through, man. He seems pretty cool. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Right?
Fingers crossed.
What's them fingers, baby?
Now,
what's Vestrato up to, bro?
He's got this new. They're called the Tornado. Vestrato has dropped the Tornado. I think it was announced back in April. It's got a larger bowl. I think it's 55% larger than the XL Anvil bowl. So I think we were doing the math. It's going to hold like 0.3 to 0.4, somewhere in there. Someone was saying 0.5, but I think we did the math, and it's a little less than that. It'll work with his Forge, which is that big badass induction heater that Vestrato put out.
Right.
And he's touting that it has like a second atomizer built in. So it's designed in a way where it'll heat the preliminary vapor path hot enough to vape the reclaim, basically, of the initial vaporization process. So it's going to promises to be more efficient on the vapor.
So he's trying to bring some sublimator thoughts into this thing, huh? The heated vapor path, the famed heated vapor path. Let's see where it leads this time.
Well, yeah,
that's cool, dude. And that looks like it's ready to just drop it on your bong or something.
And yeah, it's bong friendly. I like the change that he did, because he did some of that stuff with the Anvil too. Yeah, the WPA that takes the Anvil. I like that WPA. I like the way he fit that. So it looks like it just comes default with the WPA.
It's an industrial looking fucker. Like you take a hammer to it and lose. You know what I mean? Like that thing's dope.
It's really an industrial vape. It's a tool. It's a machine. Nice. It's a machine.
Dude, look at all this shit, man. Remember when the Anvil was just like one product kind of making noise, and what the fuck? Look at all that stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff up there now.
A lot of cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to hearing more about the Tornado from the early adopters.
Yeah. Get one, chime in. Let us know what's up. That's awesome.
Yeah. In community news, Geek Liberty has been putting in the effort and going around setting up a table at different cannabis events in his hometown in Texas, and sharing the love of vaporizers at these cannabis events.
Dude, that is awesome. I love this guy.
Yeah, this one was at a comedy event, Roscoe's Comedy Club. Got the table set up. He's got the Troy and Jerry link down there and the QR code. He's sharing all the good shit from the community. He's spending money and spending his own time doing this. Really, really cool stuff. Shout out to Sethead as well.
Camouflage on there, right?
Yeah, he's got the camouflage on there. The what's it called? The inductor. He's got a volcano sitting back there. He's got looks like a screwball He's got a screwball there. He's got a nice setup. He's got a nice setup serving up dabs.
I love that, Glenn. The Stoke. That's the Stoke right there, man. Glenn's got the Stoke. Wants to share it. Get out there. I appreciate you, Glenn. That's awesome. I love hearing about that shit.
Yeah, that's good shit, man.
Way to go, bro. Way to go. That's how it happens, man. The only way I got into vapor, somebody handed me a bag. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? That's what it does. That's what it does.
Yep. Speaking of doing the evangelism, our own Monster Without Borders. You remember Monster Without Borders? The guy who microdoses, does the low temp vaping, vapes temp stepping every 10 degrees from 400 to 900 or whatever, gets crazy high of tiny amounts and keeps 10 years worth of weed samples in his stash. This guy is a legend. He's been vaping since like 1970 or something like that. It's been crazy.
Right.
He's been vaping longer than most of us have been alive.
Since before fire. He was vaping before fire.
He appeared on Vivian McPeak's Hemp Resent podcast. Vivian McPeak is kind of a famous cannabis freedom fighter, activist person. Been in the space for a long time as well. Monster Without Borders goes on there and talks about all these experiments that he's done with low temp vaping, everything he's learned about vaping. And this guy's learned a lot about vaping. Like when Jerry and I met with him and he talked about vaping and told us all the stories and the things that he's learned from different vaporizers, Jerry and I were learning. Like we were listening to him and learning from him. For sure. So he's out there putting in the work, spreading the passion, spreading the insights, spreading the experience, trying to grow vaporization. So kudos to him. You can listen to this, cannabisradio.com. Search for Hemp Resent.
Fucking awesome, Monster. Appreciate you doing the work there too, man. You're absolutely right. People like him fascinate me because he vapes in a style that I never do. So most of his perspective is outside of mine, and I just love listening to how he vapes. It's fucking great.
It's fun. I love session with him. You can meet him if you don't know Monster. Pop into the 420 Vape Zone Discord around 4:20 Central Time or Mountain Time or Pacific Time. He'll usually jump in there and let everybody know. It's like, hey, we're 3 minutes away from 4:20, so pack your shit, shut the fuck up, and get ready to vape. He's on top of it. He's the time monster around the community. It's lovely.
Right. And he's usually here as well. So you'll catch him here if you don't see him.
He's probably in the chat.
Yeah,
he's probably in the chat right now.
My man, Monster. Those last two, man, I love that. I want to hear more about that kind of shit. Those stories of people getting the word out. Love that. Thank you very much, guys. I love our community. It's awesome.
Yeah, great work. And if you have a story that you want to share, or if you find something newsworthy that you want to see in next week's Troy and Jerry Vape News, send it to news@troyandjerry.com, or you can tag me or message me on Instagram or on Discord as well. And we'll see if we can feature it. Yeah.
Love that. Please. That'd be awesome.
Cool. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on the replay and the video.
Yep, and thanks to Planet of the Vapes, man, for the sponsoring the news and the whole show, really, man. So,
hell yeah,
rock and roll.
All right, that's the news.
Man, we were in unison there, man. That was awesome. Like we know what we're doing
for a minute.